Hi, welcome to High School Challenge 2013, our 36th year of producing academic competition at Tompkins Cortland Community College. Two fine teams here with us today from Montrose and Cooperstown. Both of them have been champions in the past and have played very well. Let's meet the team from Cooperstown and their captain, Jacob Miller.
Hi, my name is Jacob, and I love Quiz Team.
Hi, I'm Eric, and my favorite composer is Beethoven.
Hi, my name is Tom, and Josie Heinrich taught me to read.
Hi, my name is Hope, and my favorite subject is physics.
And the team from Cooperstown is coached by Tim Iverson. You can applaud. We like both teams. Now let's meet the team from Montrose and their captain, Joe Vaccaro.
Hi, I'm Joe Vaccaro, and I'm writing a book.
Hi, I'm Amy Coutry, and I like to read.
Hi, my name is Kira Karpov, and I'm proud to be a nerd.
Hi, I'm Anna Ruseski, and I play tennis year-round.
That's a good idea, too. The team from Montrose, coached by John Koloski. All right, teams, we know how the game is played. We start with nothing but toss-ups in our first round, and our first one is a 5-pointer. Hands on buzzers, here we go. The Ugly Duckling, The Emperor's New Clothes, and The Snow Queen are children's stories penned by which Danish author and poet?
Cooperstown, Jake.
Hans Christian Andersen.
That's correct for 5. There's a 10-pointer. They were discovered by Anthony Hewish and Jocelyn Bell in 1968 using a radio telescope and were initially dubbed Little Green Men. What are these rotating neutron stars known for emitting periodic pulses?
Montrose, Joseph.
Pulsars.
Pulsars is correct, Joseph, and both teams on the board early. For 5 points, name the two parts of speech an adjective can modify.
Montrose, Joseph.
A noun and a pronoun.
That's correct for 5. Here's a 10-pointer. The Big Four, who represented the victors at the Paris Peace Conference after World War I, were the leaders of the U.S., Great Britain, France, and which other nation?
Cooperstown, Eric.
Great Britain.
I'm sorry, no, we already said Great Britain. Montrose, can you take it? Question is complete. The answer is Italy. For 10 points, Spanish and French each have 3 possible endings for regular infinitives. German regular infinitives, on the other hand, all end with what 2 letters? No German students here. The answer is EN. For 5 points, it's played on an indoor court with rackets approximately the size and shape of badminton rackets. What is this sport with the same name as a garden vegetable?
Montrose, Kira.
Squash.
Squash is correct, Kira, for 5. I have a 5-point visual now, Brainbuster. Watch your monitor for a clue to the name of a U.S. state capital. Give me both city and state. The answer is Raleigh, North Carolina. Sir Walter Raleigh, a favorite at the court of Queen Elizabeth I. For 5 points, the discriminant of a standard quadratic equation is equal to b squared minus this number.
Cooperstown, Tom.
4AC.
I'm sorry? Yes. you gave me what was already in the question. 4 was all I was looking for. For 10 points, Raleigh, the site of North Carolina State University, is 1/3 of the so-called Research Triangle of North Carolina. What are the other 2 cities homes to UNC and Duke?
Cooperstown, Jake.
Charlotte and Wilmington.
I'm sorry, no. Can you take it, Montrose? They are Chapel Hill, home to UNC, and Durham, home to Duke. For 5 points, viruses such as hepatitis lead to scarring of this organ called cirrhosis.
Cooperstown, Jake.
Liver.
The liver is correct for 5 points. That brings us to the end of a well-played first round. Tina, what's our score after one round?
Montrose 20, Cooperstown 15.
All right, I thought it was very close. That means Cooperstown, you'll have first bid in the answer auction. I'll read the answer auction question for both teams now. There were 9 Asian colonies of Great Britain before World War II. How many of them can you name? While they're thinking about their opening bids, I will tell the folks at home that the high bidding team must then give that number of correct answers without giving an incorrect answer in order to earn 40 points. If they can't do that, the other team must only give one correct answer not already given in order to earn 20 points. If they can't do that, the original high bidding team gets the 20 points. So we'll come back to you now, Cooperstown, and ask you for your opening bid on this answer auction question.
We're going to start with 1.
They're going to start with 1. Will you go 2?
I will go 2.
They'll go 2. Will you go 3?
We'll go 3.
They'll go 3. Will you go 4?
No.
All right, they're going to let you have it for 3, Cooperstown. You can take the lead if you can get the answer right. I need 3 Asian colonies of Great Britain before World War II.
India.
India is 1, yes.
The Philippines.
I'm sorry, no. The Philippines were never a British colony. Can you take it, Montrose?
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong, yes. So that's 20 points for Montrose. The others were Burma, Ceylon, which is now known as Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Singapore, North Borneo, and Sarawak. That brings us to the end of round 2. Tina, what's our score, please?
Montrose 40, Cooperstown 15.
All right, only 35 or 25 points separating the two teams. That can change very rapidly in our next round, where if you answer a toss-up correctly, you get a chance at a bonus for your team worth 20 points. We'll be back to play that round in a moment on TC3's High School Challenge 2013. Hi, welcome back. Tina, is that score official?
Yes, it is, Brooks. Montrose 40, Cooperstown 15.
All right, let's see what happens in this next round, where if you answer a toss-up correctly, your team gets a chance at a bonus worth 20 points. Our first bonus is in the category rings. Here's the toss-up for 10. It is hypothesized that one of these would decay into a pion and a positron, although this would take over 10 to the 30th years. With a charge of 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19 coulombs, these are what charged particles found in an atom's nucleus?
Cooperstown, Tom.
A neutron.
Sorry, no. Can you take it, Montrose?
Montrose, Amy.
Electrons.
I'm sorry, no. In an atom's nucleus, the only other choice is protons, and that's the correct one. Still playing for that rings bonus for 10 points. Anne Hebert's novels, plays, and poems were written in French, but she was a citizen of which Western Hemisphere country?
Cooperstown, Jake.
Great Britain.
I'm sorry, no. Can you take it, Montrose?
Montrose, Joseph.
The United States.
Sorry, no. She was a citizen of Canada, eh? All right. Still playing for that rings bonus, which no one seems to want. Let's see what happens here. For 10 points, this toss-up. Joe Biden has been twice elected Vice President of the United States. Prior to that, he served as the senator from which state? The answer is Delaware. Still playing for that bonus. This toss-up for 10 points. These structures make use of the counter-current exchange system to transfer oxygen to the blood, and the term by which they're known is also used to describe the pharyngeal slits all chordates are born with. What are these respiratory structures found in some amphibian forms?
Cooperstown, Tom.
Gills.
Gills is what we're looking for, Tom. That is correct. And here's your rings bonus, Cooperstown. I want you to start off by naming 2 planets other than Saturn which have rings. Don't forget, you can actually
that
say
definitely
the
has
answer
one.
aloud. This is not bounce back.
Uranus.
And
Neptune. Uranus and Neptune.
Yes, and Jupiter is the other one, actually. 3/4 of the active volcanoes on Earth lie in an area including western South, this is a bonus, western South and North America from Alaska to Chile, as well as eastern Asia. What three-word name is applied to that area?
Ring of Fire.
That is correct. The cost to produce them was over $300 million, but they grossed almost $3 billion worldwide. What was this top box office movie trilogy filmed in New Zealand?
The Lord of the Rings trilogy.
That is correct. And finally, what are the 5 colors of the rings making up the Olympic logo?
Red, yellow, blue, black,
Green.
and green.
That is correct.
20 bonus points.
Okay, making your bones the category of the next bonus. Here's the toss-up for 10 points. Its eastern border is on the Black Sea. Its northern neighbors are Ukraine and Moldova, while its western borders are shared with Hungary and Serbia. Name this country, once home to the first gymnast to record a perfect score at an Olympic Games.
Cooperstown. Tom.
What is Russia?
Not Russia. Can you take it, Montrose?
Montrose. Kira.
Soviet Union.
No, it is Romania. Nadia Comaneci, in case you have forgotten who was a Romanian. I have a math toss-up to lead to that bonus. A 9-point circle can be drawn around one of these objects, while the laws of sines and cosines also apply to them. What is this polygon whose right variety conforms to the...
Montrose. Joseph.
Triangle.
Triangle is correct for 10. Here's your making your bones bonus, Montrose. From the description I give you, give the scientific term for each bone. First, the longest bone in the human body, found in the upper leg.
The femur.
Femur is correct. Known as the kneecap, it increases the leverage at the knee joint.
Patella.
Patella is correct. This shin bone is found at the front of the lower leg.
The tibia.
The tibia is correct. And finally, commonly known as the tailbone, this bone at the bottom of the vertebral column is a vestigial structure. Captain, your answer?
The coccyx.
I'll accept that. The coccyx is the way it's pronounced, but I can see where you
20
could
bonus
mispronounce
points.
it. Africa, the category of the next bonus. Here's the toss-up for 10. It's another name for a quack. Spell charlatan.
Cooperstown. Eric.
Charlatan.
That is correct for 10 points. And here is your Africa bonus, Cooperstown. Name the African nations from the descriptions I give you. First, it's an island in the Indian Ocean. 90% of its indigenous wildlife occurs nowhere else in the
Madagascar.
world. Yes?
Madagascar.
Madagascar. Is this from your captain?
Yeah,
Can't see him.
Madagascar.
Okay, it is correct. Its neighbors are Zimbabwe, South Africa, and Tanzania. It was colonized by the Portuguese in the 16th century. The channel named for it separates Madagascar from the African mainland. Captain, your answer?
Kenya.
The answer is Mozambique. It underwent 2 separate and bloody civil wars, one in the late 20th and another in the early 21st century. In 2005, this country, founded by former slaves, elected the first female president in Africa, Ellen Sirleaf Johnson.
Liberia.
Liberia is correct. And finally, when South Sudan seceded from Sudan in 2011, this former French colony in North Africa, the 10th largest in the world, became the largest country in Africa in area.
Algeria.
Algeria is correct.
15 bonus points.
Well done. Bonus number 4, and our last bonus, is in the category novel. And here is our last toss-up. You get it right, we go to the bonus. You get it wrong, we stop right there. This 10-point toss-up. He formed the second triumvirate to deal with the assassins of his maternal great-uncle, Gaius Julius Caesar. Name this man, the first of the Roman...
Cooperstown. Eric.
Augustus Caesar is correct. Yes.
Sorry.
Here's your novel bonus, Cooperstown. I'm going to give you 4 clues to the identity of a novel. You'll get 20 points if you can give me the title after the first clue, 15 after the second, 10 after the third, 5 after the final clue. You can give me a guess on each clue without losing the question. First clue for 20 points. In this novel, the protagonist's best friend, Charlotte Lucas, decides to marry Mr. Collins for his money and position.
Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice is correct. Apparently we either just read it or it's somebody's favorite novel.
It's all of our favorites.
I don't even know what it's
All right, that brings us to the end of round 3. Tina, that's made a change in the score. What is our score, please? All right, still 30 points separating the two, and that can change very rapidly in our next round, which is the category round. Teams get to choose one of 4 categories and try to answer 10 questions in 60 seconds. The categories we'll be using in this round are life in the big city, African capitals, city nicknames, and state nicknames. We'll be back in a moment to see which categories they choose and how well they do with those questions on Tompkins Cortland Community College's High School Challenge 2013. Hi, welcome back. Tina, what's our score? Is that official?
Yes, it is. Cooperstown 100, Montrose 70.
All right, we're ready to move on to the category round where teams get to choose one of the 4 categories and try to answer 10 questions in that category they've chosen. The categories life in the big city, African capitals, city nicknames, and state nicknames. What are you choosing, Joe? State nicknames it is. Okay, are you ready? Montrose, you ready? Ready with the timer. Start the timer, please. I'll give the state nickname, you give me the state. Land of Enchantment.
New Mexico.
Yes. Equality State.
Pass.
Bay State.
Massachusetts.
Yes. The Last Frontier.
California.
No. Constitution State.
Delaware.
No. Bluegrass State.
Tennessee.
No. Magnolia State.
Alabama.
No. Land of Opportunity.
Arkansas.
Yes. Centennial State.
Pass.
Pass.
Granite State.
Colorado.
Sorry, no. That's the end of the questions. So here's what you got. You got 1. Did they get the second one, Tina?
No, not the second. But
Third? Yes. They didn't get the 4th,
Right.
5th, 6th, 7th. They got the 8th. So you picked up 30 points, chance to steal 70, Cooperstown, if you can answer these questions immediately. Okay? The Equality State.
Missouri,
It's Wyoming. It's where women first got the vote. The Last Frontier.
Alaska,
Yes. Constitution State.
Connecticut,
Yes. Bluegrass State.
Kentucky,
Yes. Magnolia State.
Mississippi,
Mississippi's correct. Centennial State.
Pennsylvania,
That's Colorado. They made their statehood in 1876. And Granite State.
New Hampshire,
New Hampshire is correct. So you picked up a lot of points on their category. Jacob, what are you choosing for your own?
We're going to go with life in the big city.
Life in the big city it is. Ready with the timer? Start the timer, please. According to the 2010 census, name the largest city by population in each of these states. Maine.
Portland,
Portland is correct. Delaware.
Delaware City,
No. South Carolina.
Charleston,
No. Ohio.
Cincinnati,
No. Kentucky.
Frankfurt,
No. Connecticut.
Hartford,
No. Missouri.
St. Louis,
No. Georgia.
Atlanta,
Yes. New Mexico.
Albuquerque,
Yes. Iowa.
Des Moines,
Des Moines is correct. So you started out well and you finished well. In the middle, you had a little trouble. So 40 points. Chance to steal 60, Montrose, if you can answer these questions immediately. The largest city in Delaware.
Dover.
It's Wilmington. The largest city in South Carolina.
Pass.
It's the capital, Columbia. Ohio.
Columbus.
Columbus is correct. Kentucky.
Pass.
Louisville. Connecticut.
Pass.
This is a tough one. Bridgeport. Missouri.
Pass.
Kansas City.
It's in Missouri.
All right.
Yes, it is. It is in Missouri. All right, that brings us to the end of round 3. Tina, or round 4 rather. What's our score, please? They picked up Columbus. That was it. 10. 10. All right, only 80 points separating the two teams, and as my Uncle Ernie used to say, hundreds and hundreds of points coming up in this last round, where it's nothing but toss-ups on TC3's High School Challenge 2013. Tina, is that score official?
Yes, Brooks. Cooperstown 190, Montrose 110.
All right, we're ready to move on into our final round, which is nothing but toss-ups. Hands on buzzers, get ready to play. Here we go. I have a 15-point math toss-up. You'll have 15 seconds to figure this out. If you drew all the sides and all the diagonals, how many segments would you make for a regular octagon?
Cooperstown, Tom.
22.
I'm sorry, no. Can you take it, Montrose? We'll give you another 5 seconds.
Montrose, Amy.
8.
It is 28.
How did our scores do?
15-point toss-up. Largely unrecognized during his lifetime, he's considered a seminal figure of Romanticism in both the visual and verbal arts. Name this poet and artist of the 18th and 19th centuries who illustrated his own poetic works such as The Tiger.
Cooperstown, Eric.
William Blake is correct for 15. Here's a 10-pointer. It's located between the Lincoln Memorial, the United States Capitol, and the Washington Monument. What's the name? Also,
Cooperstown, Eric.
The National Mall.
National Mall is what we're looking for. Well done, Eric, for 10 points. He's acclaimed as perhaps the foremost satirist who ever wrote in the English language.
Cooperstown, Eric.
Mark Twain.
I'll finish it. Name this author of A Modest Proposal and Gulliver's Travels.
Yep.
Call time. The answer is Jonathan Swift. For 10 points, the Mayan word meant God food, while the Aztec one translates as bitter.
Cooperstown, Jake.
Chocolate?
Chocolate is what we're looking for, Jake. You know your chocolate. For 15 points, shortly before the U.S. announced in 1950 that it would aid South Korea in response to North Korean attacks, it also declared that it would help which country in its fight against communism in Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam?
Cooperstown, Tom.
Would that be France?
That would be France, yes. For 10 points, its cystic duct connects with the common hepatic duct. That connection forms a duct named for a substance the liver produces, but this organ stores. What is this organ?
Montrose, Joseph.
The gallbladder.
That is correct, Joseph, for 10. I have a 15-point audio question now. I want you to listen to this and name either the lead singer, the group, or the sound. Well, nobody. Oh, someone does want this.
Cooperstown, Eric.
It's not disco. Can you take it, Montrose? It's the Motown sound. It's Diana Ross and the Supremes. I'm guessing we had some people in the audience who could have answered that. All right. For 15 points, in 1980, when it became an independent African nation, its dollar was valued higher than the U.S. dollar. Today, thanks to ruinous government policies leading to 3 currency devaluations, all transactions in this country are done in euros, U.S. dollars, Botswanan pulas, or pounds sterling. Name this nation once known as Rhodesia.
Montrose.
South Africa.
It's not South Africa. Can you take it Cooperstown? The answer is Zimbabwe. For 15 points, what, if anything, needs to be done to make this sentence grammatically correct? Listen to the sentence. None of us were able to make change correctly because we hadn't learned simple math. None of us were able to make...
Cooperstown. Eric.
Make the word change plural.
I'm sorry, no. Can you take it Montrose?
Montrose. Joseph.
Correct as is.
Nope, it should have been none of us was able. None is a singular noun, not a plural noun. For 10 points, this piezoelectric material is the second most common in the Earth's crust after feldspar, and it has Mohs hardness of 7. What is this mineral made of silicon dioxide, one variety of which is amethyst?
Montrose. Kira.
Geode?
Sorry, no. Can you take it Cooperstown?
Cooperstown. Tom.
Quartz.
Quartz is correct for 10 points. Here's a 15-pointer. The first written constitution in the New World, the Fundamental Orders, which established a General Assembly, a governor, and the right to tax, was signed by representatives of towns in what colony in 1630?
Cooperstown. Hope.
Connecticut.
Connecticut is correct, Hope, for 15 points. For 10 points, the Wars of the Roses were fought between the houses of York and Lancaster, both branches of the royal house of Plantagenet. When the dust settled, which royal house, eventually including Henry VIII and Elizabeth I, ruled England for the next 117?
Montrose. Amy.
The Tudor House.
The Tudor house is correct for 10. Here's another 10-pointer. His record was a mediocre 41-50 over a 10-year Major League career. That was until 2012 when he won the National League Cy Young Award with a 20-6 record. Who is this New York Met?
Cooperstown. Jake.
Dickey.
R.A. Dickey is correct for 10. Here's a 15-pointer. In some cases, it becomes legal when a couple has lived together for a given period of time. In others,
Montrose. Joseph.
Marriage.
more specific.
Marriage by the common law.
Yes, I would say. It's usually said common law marriage, but I'll accept marriage by the common law. Well done. That brings us to the end of the match. Tina, what's our final score, please?
Cooperstown. 275. Montrose. 145.
Very well played, though, both teams. Both teams were in it all the way. And we'll be back to validate that score and say goodbye to our friends on TC3's High School Challenge 2013. Tina, what's our official final score, please?
Cooperstown. 275. Montrose. 145.
All right, two teams that played very well here today. Cooperstown amassed 275 points. That's well done. And Montrose, well played. We'll see you later on in your other preliminary round matches. Thank you for watching High School Challenge. We hope you're here with us every week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Bye-bye, everybody.